folks. So today I'm going to make my pens, and before I actually move on to sewing, I wanted to discuss a few more things. In the previous video I already explained where and how to use interfacing, and as you can see I already cut some interfacing. Once again, if you didn't see my previous video, I really encourage you to do so, because there are a lot of tips and tricks on this subject. I'm not going to mention it right now, but right now I'm going to talk about actual pressing or ironing. So I did cut my interfacing and I place it onto the pocket entrance. This is my pocket lining, and I like to place interfacing on the lining as well. Not on every single project, but on this particular project, yes, I want to do so, because the fabric is really stretchable. So I'm afraid of overstretching this edge when I attach the lining on. So the next step will be attaching the lining onto the entrance, and once again, when you stitch the diagonal line, so it's diagonal, it's stretchable, plus it's really stretchable fabric, so that would be really great point. That would be my suggestion to stabilize both sides. Okay, I also, and you need to cut it on the straight grain. I already explained that. So speaking about the fly, my zipper placement. So this is going to be my zipper over there, and I cut 2 additional stripes of interfacing as well. So this is the straight grain, so I'm going to place it here, and I cut 2. Usually we stabilize just one side of our fly, the one which goes on the top. But once again, since this fabric is really stretchy, I decided to stabilize it, because I'm going to attach my zipper to the both sides, right? I'm going to attach one side over there, another side over there. So once again, I really wanted to protect myself. So that's why I wanted to stabilize the stitching line. Okay, so that's why I cut 2 pieces as well. So these are my 2 pieces. Okay, now let's talk about actually pressing. Let's do it. Okay, let me take off the back piece, which is under. Okay. Let me put it away. Okay, this is my front. Okay, I'm going to take just one side for now. Okay. I'm going to put it away. So this is my interfacing. As you can see, my fabric looks like a leather. It's not a leather, it's a Faux leather, but it does have a surface which is, not just looks like a leather, but if you press with your iron the surface without any protection, most likely you will burn it. I mean, it might withhold the temperature, since it's modern material, and all modern material, created with holding the high temperature in mind. But I still want to protect myself, so that's why I really recommend to use any type of the Teflon pressing cloth, pressing sheet. You can buy it on Amazon, or you can buy it at the retail sewing shop. We definitely have it here at Sewing Machine Plus store. We did have it, I remember we did have it. Anyway, I do have 2 types of Teflon pressing sheet. I have white version and brown version. I don't see the white one, probably it's in my school supplies bag. But it doesn't matter which one you use. You need to use at least something to protect yourself. And even though I'm going to use let me move, it's really sunny today. So even though I'm going to fuse my interfacing onto the wrong side, I still want to protect the fabric from burning, so that's why I'm still going to use my Teflon pressing sheet on the top of the interfacing. So this is how I'm going to observe. This is my marks. Okay, I'm just going to place it like so. Okay, I'm going to put my press cloth on the top, and I'm going to use a little bit of steam. It's fine. Sometimes you can read on description you don't need to use a steam. You know, I like to use a steam in the beginning to kind of helps to melt the glue. Okay, now this is done, and as you can see, you know, the surface looks identical, so you cannot see any difference between pressed and unpressed surface. So this pressing cloth really helps to make the temperature even, so and it doesn't burn, because sometimes when you press it like so, and if you turn to the right side, you can see the difference in the surface, so you definitely can burn this segment when you're pressing with the iron. Okay, so let's place the interfacing onto the fly. Oops. And I do have another type of interfacing over there, but it doesn't matter which one you use. You just need to use at least something. Okay, a few more seconds. How long you need to hold your iron? You know, read the description on the when you buy interfacing, you can read the description. Okay, see, it's stabilized, and I like to go a little bit over my stitch line, just like 1 millimeter, just a little bit, because I wanted to, when I stitch my my zipper, I'm going to, so it's going to be this way. Yep. So my stitch line is going to be placed right there, so I need to catch the interfacing. That's the whole point of it. So that's why I cut it a little bit longer than my distance from the edge of the fabric to the sewing line. I hope it makes sense, right? Okay, first is done. And I still want to keep them like so. My fronts. Okay. My pockets. I know I cut it on diagonal over there, so that's why it gives me an idea of which way. How do you know that you've done it correctly? You know, if you take it, there is no, I mean, you cannot peel it because it's fused, it's connected. Okay, and my flap. And I know my sewing line is going to be right there, so I definitely will catch the interfacing.